Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode, number 8, Baseline Banter. Very, very special episode. Our US Open preview going down. How's it going, Pops?
Great. Looking forward to the US Open. And as soon as I get off this podcast, I'll be headed right for the TV set. I don't know who's on, but it doesn't matter.
Well, Djokovic is on, but he's going to win that pretty handily. I mean, we've got such great momentum going in. We've got our young Canadian girl, Vicky Mboko. We've got Ben Shelton coming off the National Bank Open. We've Sinner, Alcaraz, Fritz, Djokovic,
By the way, did you see the result?
Sabalenka.
Did you see Leila Fernandez today
Mhm.
playing Rebecca Marino, another Canadian first round?
I know it's not that great. You'd rather have the Canadians play later in the tournament and not have to worry about
Right,
getting knocked
sure.
off very early, right? So the
I
more the
heard that there's,
merrier.
by the way, I heard there's a movement in Europe that in some of these tournaments they redo the draw. Excuse me, if two people from the same country are drawn against each other in the first round. Which is, what do
I'm
you
not
think of
sure how I
that?
feel about that because doesn't that negate the system of doing the draw according to ranking?
Yeah, that could be it could be doing that.
Hmm.
But I don't know, when you get lower down, maybe. I don't know if that's effective because
Maybe if you get lower down, but still, I mean, you'd still want to have merit in that, and that, you do well in a tournament, you get a better draw. I mean, I would hate to be the person who gets the wrong end of the stick on that, having to be split up or have your match affected by th them splitting up two players of the same nation. I think
okay,
it
but
should just be
let's say
purely on
this
ranking.
match.
Why did the nations have to be involved?
Okay, let's say this match. Leila Fernandez is a seed somewhere, right? 31 or somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So she's playing somebody who's not a seed who had to qualify, and
Hmm.
they're drawn against each other.
Hmm.
Would you be in favor of redoing it, or the draw is the
The
draw?
draw is the
And
draw.
that's how I feel exactly.
I'm
And if it happens, two people from the same country are playing, then so be it. It's a draw.
exactly. Exactly. Like I'm all for make bending rules when they make sense, but I'm not for bending rules, based on basically a hometown favorite or a hometown, draw, for lack of a better word, to draw in people to watch.
Right.
Obviously, it's better for
Well,
them if they have the same, if you're in Paris and you have two Frenchmen going on later into the tournament, obviously it's better for the tournament, but I don't think that should have anything to do with
I agree with you.
the legitimate process of a professional draw.
So if you had to pick one man to win the US Open, who would you pick?
Hmm. I'd still go Yannick Sinner. Um, I don't think this illness is going to hold him back. He's a
Well,
young
he's got
guy. I'm sure he's got the best people around him. He's going to bounce back from Cincinnati, and I think he's still holding something over Alcaraz's head from the last meeting.
and how sick was he? Like you've had the flu, I've had the flu.
Right.
So if it's something like COVID, which kind of can linger for a while, then he's still not going to be 100% in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If it was just a regular flu, then he'll be perfect.
I think as far as athletes are concerned, we have two people of, two proper sportsmen of our current generation, Alcaraz and Sinner, in that they're Puritans in um their roles as athletes, them wanting to compete and them wanting to compete if they're healthy enough. And I do believe that if Sinner was healthy enough, or he saw it within reason that he could finish the match, even if he wasn't 100%, I think he would have finished the match. I think legitimately he was sick and
I
couldn't.
agree. I agree.
You
Those
know,
kind of guys are not going to bow out just because they have like a low grade fever or something. He had to feel sick that he couldn't compete.
he had to felt legitimately sick that if he was to continue, there would be some sort of, spectacle made of him, whether he falls flat on his face or he just puts up a horrendous performance that, would be talked about. Like there would have to be some serious consequences to continuing play for him to
Yeah.
have dropped out. He wouldn't have
Yeah.
just dropped out if he felt if he like he's not going to be get to that point and say, I'm a little sick. I don't really feel like it today.
Yeah, they
let me
won't do that
retire.
because
He's
they're
not going to do
also,
that. He has to
you
be
know,
legitimately ill.
they don't want to disappoint fans. I mean,
Of course.
thousands of fans come out to see that,
Yes.
and they
And
can't.
at that point, it's a professional reputation. He's dealing with $1 million sponsorships. He's dealing with, tournaments potentially paying him appearance fees if it's under a Masters 1000 level. He's dealing with, venues around the world who are selling tickets to go see Yannick Sinner. And his dollar value as an athlete is going to be directly impacted if people's perception is that he's a quitter and he doesn't finish his matches, which Djokovic struggled with early in his career, having that talk around him. Do you remember when that was the case with
Yeah, I
Djokovic?
remember that. Yeah,
Hmm.
but he's certainly in good shape now. Okay, so your choice is Sinner.
My choice is Sinner above the rest. And he's going to
Okay,
bounce back, especially him at the skill levels there, that his first few matches are going to be, quite easy. He's going to have time to get his legs up under him and finish it off.
and Alcaraz two, would you say?
I think that's to be expected. That's going to be the finals.
Okay, and who's three? That's kind of open
Third
for
pick to
grab.
win it is Fritz.
Fritz.
Fourth pick
I
is
mean,
Shelton.
he's playing well. He had a good first round match, easy first round match, and he's a good player.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I
people
would do the same
underestimate
order.
Fritz because he has an underwhelming,
Yeah.
ground stroke game and an underwhelming athleticism compared to Sinner or Alcaraz. But
I mean,
his
I'd like to
serve
go
more than
to.
makes up for it, and his once he gets a short ball on the court, he can rip a cross court forehand. I mean, he's
I'd like
unbelievable.
to go against you, but I have to agree. Now, do we want to pick a woman winner? That's a little more
Sure, I'm
difficult.
gonna pick a rebound for Sabalenka. She's gonna come in and take it.
All right, I'm going to go Swiatek again because I saw how she played in her last two tournaments. She was terrific in Cincinnati. She looks like she has it together.
Can I?
Sabalenka, I don't trust now. I mean, she's a
I
great
trust her.
player.
I still trust
I
her.
don't trust her. She's a great player, but I would
And
trust her with my life, but I don't trust her winning a tennis
you
tournament.
don't trust her to perform at the U.S. Open,
No, who knows what
but
could
would you
happen?
let her watch her luggage at the airport?
Depends what's in it. Okay, now, what do you think? This is just a little bit off topic. What do
Okay,
you think of this whole Nike dress fiasco?
I didn't see it. What
Okay,
happened?
so Sabalenka's got this dress. He's sponsored
Yeah.
by Nike. Beautiful dress designed for her. Some qualifier, a person in the qualifying was wearing the same dress, and everybody's up in arms
Who
because
cares?
Well, that's what I think. But Sabalenka, she thinks it's ridiculous. And Nike is sponsoring her. How can they allow somebody else to wear that dress? Now I'm not sure if that other person was a Nike sponsored athlete or she just went into a store and bought it off the rack. I think the controversy is that if she's another sponsored athlete, well, I'm with you. I mean, if I'm wearing, a white Lacoste top and white Lacoste
What are
shorts and
we
I'm a
talking about here?
qualifier,
We're talking about wardrobe. This is tennis. I want to see
exactly. But
Agassi in jean
that's what's
shorts.
the news today, you
I
know.
want to see Alcaraz in jean shorts, actually. Bring back the jean shorts.
Oh, I like the jean shorts and the mullet
Yeah,
hairdo.
I'm going to bring that back.
Oh boy. Okay, so your pick is Sabalenka. My
Yeah, how
pick
about
is
you?
Swiatek,
Swiatek?
and
I'm going to go
number th
dark horse Rabakina.
ooh. So no, you're not mentioning Mboko.
I think she's going to win a round or two, but
I'm not sure she's got a tough one in the first round. Krejcikova, Czech girl who won Wimbledon a couple of years ago, and she's good.
I think she's a grounded enough girl that the momentum's going to carry through.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so number three pick, you're Rybakina, just because you like to say the name.
Yeah, the ribster.
Okay, then I'm going to go with Coco Gauff as my third
Yeah,
pick. It's an easy pick. It's American. And hasn't she won it before? Didn't Coco win it?
I think she did.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
What year was that? Was that last year or the year
The
before?
last couple of years. I mean, she's young. Um, okay.
Um,
So
when did she win?
I don't know. Can you look it up?
20 to 2023, not so not last year, the year before.
Correct. That's it. That's what I figured. And I think she's got a chance because
Yeah.
except her serve stinks. But the thing is, she just hired a new serving coach. Some
Who?
guy who's supposed, I forget his name. Some guy that's supposed to be an expert on serves.
Mhm.
You can look that up. Coco Gauff's new coach.
You know who I'm going to say is a dark horse in this tournament? Mark my words, I'm going to say Diablo. Gabriel Diablo.
Ah, he's not going to win it.
Diallo. Sorry, not Diablo. He's
Yeah,
not the
yeah.
devil.
Well, Diallo might. Diablo's no way.
Diablo's not going to. Yeah.
Well, the thing
Um,
is, I don't know if
I don't
he's
think he's going to win it, but I think he's going to
he
surprise a
could
few
win some
people.
rounds. Yeah, he could win some rounds.
Hard
That's for
court's his
sure.
surface.
Nobody's. What about Zverev? Nobody mentions him anymore.
I don't think he can do it. I don't
Yeah,
think he can carry himself through such tough matches on a consistent basis.
yeah. Talk about a guy I don't trust.
I'm going to,
Good
what I
player.
want to do is, I posted on my story, by the way, to guys, if you want to follow me, Zimmerman Chat on Instagram. We also have our Instagram page for our podcast. Um, just look up Baseline Banter Podcast on Instagram and you'll find it. I posted on my personal story today a quote from Djokovic. I'd love to hear your take, Dad. Quote from Djokovic reported by TNT Sports. I don't enjoy the 2 week Masters anymore. It's just way too long for me. If you think about it, we unofficially have 12 Grand Slams per year currently. Now, the difference is obviously we can say the um, the Masters are best of three, right? You're not dealing with best of five. But he does have a point in that these players are, I think it's not the right move for our sport to increase these Masters tournaments. I mean, the tennis season's long enough, they're on the road long enough. You want the good guys to play in every single tournament. You want the top seeds at every tournament. You can't have the Masters being 2 weeks long.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't, why did they do it in the first place? Just to allow more guys in the
Allow more
tournament?
guys, sell more tickets, make more money.
Yeah,
And when
but
it
it's
comes
not
to
good.
that kind of stuff, I'm so in favor of the athletes. If you're not going to pay them their fair share, and I'm adamant and an advocate that tennis players should be paid their fair share, and I don't believe they are in many cases at these events. The profit sharing is not there for the players. They should be having a lot, that's perhaps a topic for another day. Um, but sorry, where was I? What was I going on about?
We're talking about lengthening the Masters turn. Why are they lengthening
Yes,
it?
yes, for money. For money.
Yeah,
That's what
that's
I was
right.
going on.
That's
And
right.
I think this is a case where it's exploitation of the players for an increase in profit. If you're going to do it, at least increase the prize money, so that the players are more fairly compensated.
But you look at tennis, how many tournaments there are in a year, and how many tournaments each guy is obligated to.
Yeah.
They're contracted to play a certain number of tournaments. And name another sport where you have to play so many games in a year.
Yeah.
There's just one,
Which
baseball.
one?
Baseball
Tennis is
is
much more
what's
demanding than
baseball,
baseball.
182 or something like that.
Tennis is much more of a demanding sport than baseball.
Correct. But so that's the only one is baseball. The other one's football. You play now, granted, it's grueling and very tough physically on you, but you
Yeah.
basically have, if you make it all the way through, it's like a season is 16 games and then another few games. So to win the whole thing is around 20, let's say.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't
So,
I don't believe in increasing it. I think we need to see more from the side of promoting the sport, um, more media production, um, obviously pay the players their fair share. I don't think the answer to growing our sport is to increase the Masters events.
I agree. I agree.
I
And I'm
don't think
sure
that's
all
the
the
right move.
players will agree as well.
Yes, for sure. Because it's
I
in
haven't heard of one player coming out and saying, "Oh, this is fine."
this is fantastic. Like, when have you heard a positive thing? I mean,
Yeah.
I think coming from a player, I think it's a ridiculous move.
By the way, did you name the flamingo on your shirt?
No, would you like to?
Yeah.
What?
Um, Mingo. Mingo the flamingo.
All right, there you go. What about these? Oh,
No,
you
just the
down
one.
to grab just the
Just the
one.
one
Okay, let's
dominant
stop with the
flamingo.
one.
That's it.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, anything else to add?
I think the US Open's the big thing. Oh,
Yeah.
what about Medvedev? He's dismissed from everybody? So Medvedev is playing, still a good player, and Medvedev is playing on his favorite surface, the hard court, so he
And no
doesn't have
one's
to
talking
grovel in
about
the
it.
dirt. So, I mean, there's a chance. There's a chance.
There's a chance there. I mean, I
Beaten
wouldn't.
most of these guys.
There's a chance, but would you put money on him? No.
I would, but very little. If the odds were big, if the odds were big enough, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the odds are, but I would assume that the favorite is probably Sinner with Alcaraz second,
Yeah.
and very close. I mean, you're not going to get big odds if you bet those guys.
Okay. I have I have a question. I mean, you've been in the sport for what is it? 65 years, 65
It's
plus
a
years.
lot of years. I was two when I started.
You were negative. You were in the negative.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, have you ever seen a time where there's two guys just head and shoulders above the rest? This severe, where it's basically a two-man show leading into a grand slam.
I don't know. I think the recent ones where there were four guys, right?
Right.
And then there was always
Then you had
was it
Sampras and
Borg
Agassi.
McEnroe,
Yeah. I guess you had the Sampras
Connors,
and Agassi years, but you
McEnroe.
still had a lot of guys in the mix with them.
We had Agassi, Sampras.
That was
But
just a good
you never
rivalry.
think about the guys just under them. It was Agassi, Sampras.
Right. For many, many
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
And there
It
was,
was it was basically well, no, you had Nadal, Federer, and Djokovic with
and
Murray
Murray.
kind of a fourth.
Yeah.
But those guys were all good. But
Uh,
it seems like well, we got to wait to see how it plays out. But it seems like it's Alcaraz Sinner.
Okay, here's actually a big controversy. Stan Wawrinka requested from the US Open a wild card to enter the tournament. They refused. He's a past champion, and generally, how it goes is traditionally Grand Slams will grant past champions a wild card upon request.
Yeah.
You've
And
earned the
what are
right
they
now.
saying?
You've
What are
earned
they
the.
saying? He hasn't done anything lately,
Let me
or
read
he's
you the.
not ranked high enough.
Yeah, I mean that's completely a fair point. I do believe that if you're just going based off merit, how he's doing,
Yeah,
um,
off merit, probably no. If that's how it usually goes, where a past champion can get in. But are you going to let in somebody, who's champion 20 years ago, 30
that's
years
true.
ago?
That's true. Like where do you limit it?
Yeah.
Get, you
I
know,
think didn't Venus Williams get in somewhere? I don't know if it
well,
was just in the
Venus Williams has
doubles.
been playing. I
Yeah.
think that's the main difference.
But
Venus Williams has been active on the tour.
but
Stan
she's not,
Wawrinka is not really active on the
yeah.
tour.
But Venus Williams is not winning many matches. So do you give her a wild card?
Yeah.
And then I guess
I mean,
it's
she's
also for ticket.
45 too. It's the unbelievable
Yeah.
thing about Venus Williams, 45 years old.
But I guess it's for ticket sales. A lot of people would like to see her one last time, let's say.
Right. And
So,
it's
so a yes or
amazing
no
her
on Wawrinka?
athleticism at that age.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yes
She
or
went
no
through
for
so many things.
Wawrinka? What's your gut feeling on that?
What was the right move?
What would you do if you were tournament director? It's an interesting
I don't know
question, isn't it?
because, okay, so his coach wrote on Instagram, was expecting a wild card for the US Open, but we go home and we'll come back stronger. And Wawrinka is in New York. Um, and it's by this message from his coach, it seems like he was in New York with the intention that he was going to be playing in the tournament and that he would receive a wild card. Now, so for whatever reason, that didn't come through, which makes me think, why wasn't this arranged
Mhm.
much before you actually got to New York to play the tournament?
Well, the thing
It
is,
seems a little bit sketchy that you're in New York thinking you're going to play a tournament but don't have a wild card yet. Like
yeah, you should
there's
have known
obviously a mix
already.
up either on his end or the US Open's end. Um, that
You should have
doesn't
known
fit
that
right.
already. Sure,
Exactly.
sure, you
That
should
kind
have
of thing
known.
should be sorted out long
But
before you arrive in town for the tournament.
will they give him a complimentary ticket to watch as a former champion?
Yeah. Yeah, but he has to sit in the nosebleeds.
Anyways, my gut feel, if you said, if you had to give a yes or no, just a yes or no, let him in or don't let him in.
I think we're not privy to the full story, so I can't say
But
yes or
you
no.
you can. You can. Just what would you do right now? No, just knowing what you know.
Knowing what I know, if I received enough notice to invite a past champion, one of our Grand Slams, especially a top 10 former top 10 guy like Stan Wawrinka, I would absolutely make it happen and have him be in the tournament.
And I would say I would agree with you. I would say yes because I don't care when or who. If you're a past champion, you get a wild card.
I mean, when did he win? In 2016?
I don't
Oh
remember
no.
actually.
Oh no. Oh no. This is where I saw. Juan Martín del Potro, the 2009 champion, received a wild card in 2016. Dominic Thiem accepted one last year to bid farewell to tennis after failing to recover from a wrist injury. Wawrinka himself benefited from a wild card in 2024, so he already got one last year. Wawrinka took it with humor, but still hinted at disappointment by reposting a story from Lacoste CEO Thierry Goubert, sorry if I uh, um, bummed that name, in which the Frenchman wrote, "Not invited, a shame, hashtag US Open, will miss you, Stan." So interesting story. Wish we could
Yeah,
have
I'm
seen
sure.
it happen, but
Yeah, I'm sure it's
yeah.
controversial. You'll have both opinions. But
Yeah,
I'd
I
like to
mean,
know, I would like to know what their thinking was for not inviting him. They must
I
have
mean,
good
he can
reasons.
still play. We know Stan can still play, but I don't know. He already got one last year.
Well,
There's more
we
to
know
the
for
story.
sure, we know for sure on merit, he doesn't deserve to be in it.
On merit, no,
Yeah.
because he's not
So
really.
his ranking's probably low now, doesn't win many
Yeah,
matches.
I mean, it's been 10 years, basically 10 years. He won the US Open in 2016.
But
You
would
know,
you give Kyrgios a wild card?
oh, yeah, for sure.
For
If I was,
sure,
if I was,
right?
if I was getting commission on ticket sales, of course.
Yeah.
You know, if you put Kyrgios on any court, any time of day, he's that court's going to be packed.
Yeah.
There's going
Do
to
you know
be
what
people
it's like?
waiting to get in.
It's like when people would love to watch McEnroe blow up.
Yeah, even
So it's
later
the
in his
same with
career when
Kyrgios.
McEnroe
They want
wasn't
to
the
see
same.
Kyrgios do something weird.
Like Kyrgios isn't the same. It's the same reason people are willing to pay to see Conor McGregor fight and pay attention to him. He's not a champion fighter like he used to be. He's not the same guy. Kyrgios isn't the same guy, but they still want to see it happen because of the personality. And I've said this
Correct.
time and time again, tennis is missing those personalities that we once had. I'm waiting for a guy like a Andy Roddick or, I was watching that brilliant documentary Breaking Point on Netflix where you saw some of the attitudes of these American guys and the attitudes were great. I'm gonna kick your ass, and I'm gonna kick his ass, and I'm gonna, like there was some more. It's not just. It's great playing against him. He's a very good player. It was a tough match. I'm happy I won. Get that crap out of here. But
Yeah.
give something, give
But at
something,
least
give us some attitude, sell some tickets, get people interested. We don't have that in tennis, and that's one thing
but
I
at
wish.
least Alcaraz is a joy to watch.
Right.
He's smiling. You see that he loves playing. He doesn't
Yeah.
get too angry. So I like to watch him.
Okay,
Um,
one of my favorite Curios moments, since we brought it up, and I might as well add with something, end with something humorous. Actually, I'll say two. One is asking the chair umpire to go to the bathroom, taking two rackets with him. They film him in the hallway smashing the two rackets, and he comes out with the two smashed rackets and doesn't receive any warning because it wasn't done on the court. Takes it into the hallway and smashes them. And then
That's okay.
the other one is when he blatantly throws his water bottle at the chair umpires at his chair. And the chair umpire looks over, he's like, what the hell what was that? And Kyrgios said, sorry, it slipped. And the chair umpire goes, what do you mean it slipped? And Kyrgios goes, I was trying to drink and it slipped right out of my hand.
Yeah, was very funny. Very funny.
Great
But
stuff.
he doesn't seem to care much about tennis.
I'd rather
He
be
just likes to put
pooping.
on the show, but he says, like, direct quote from him, I'd rather play basketball
Yeah, he
with my
wants to play
friends.
basketball. Let him. You know what? He's formed a name. He has a podcast now. He's trying to be like us, which
Can we get him on as a special
yeah,
guest?
Nick, if you're watching, we'll invite you. Let us know your availability and we'd be honored to have you on as our first
Yeah.
guest.
And he might just do it.
You might just do it. We're the only father and son tennis podcast. We're not going to take much of your time. We're asking for 5 minutes of your time. We'll ask you a few questions each. We promise to tell jokes. It'll be fun. Okay? We'll make you look good. No worries. Just come on. We can all have a beer
Exactly.
if you want. And
Exactly. Okay, so the bottom line is you are picking Sinner to win, and you are picking
yes,
Sabalenka to win.
correct. And you?
I'm picking Sinner to win and Swiatek to win.
All S's.
Yeah. Hey, that's correct.
Sinner, Swiatek, Sabalenka.
Okay. What if you had to pick a non-S
A
to
non-S.
win?
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, it's easy. That's easy for me.
a non-S. A non-S on the men's side.
Well, we know. We already
Do you
both
have
picked it.
to, but Carlos has an S in his first name.
Yeah. No, you got to get a non-S.
Okay. Okay. Taylor Fritz.
Yeah, for sure. And in the women, a non-S. Can't have an S in any of your names.
Coco.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and let's see.
And we'll
We'll see.
see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you so, so much for tuning in to another episode of Baseline Banter. Always a pleasure to chat with you, Dad. Thanks for
Yeah.
doing this with me.
Okay, that was fun as usual. And take care, everybody. Enjoy watching.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.